He says that it was always good. He said that he was young back then, and it was always good when you have like some friend or maybe some officer who was older and more experienced. So in some cases he would say like, "Son, don't go there." Son is like the typical way of calling younger person. Don't go there. Like, do not actually go to the places where you do not really need to go. Because since people did not really know about all the risks, they kind of like had to use their instincts. And so, you know, those people would be worrying that it's not a good idea to go to some places away from the route and so on. On the other hand, he says that sometimes they would tell you just go directly from one place to another, and you had to go because that was your duty, that was your job. And even if you realize that probably that's pretty harmful, you would still go. Back then, in the Soviet Union, there was the president of the whole country, of the whole Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev, and they had like presidents of each country, each republic. They were called the first secretary of the Communist Party. So Shcherbinsky, who was the president of Ukraine, like first secretary of the Communist Party, in 1987 was traveling around the villages trying to talk to people who did not want to leave. And Yuri says that once he actually saw it on his own, that he entered the house with the old gentleman and said, "You need to leave. There's going to be no life in this place. You have to leave your house. I understand that you do not want to leave your house, but you have to." And the old gentleman said like, "Okay, but when are we going to come back?" And Yuri said that he saw it himself, that Shcherbinsky started to, like, there was like a tear in his eye, and he said, "You're not going to come back, never." Although, of course, officials were saying that, you know, everything was fine, more or less, and after the accident, these roads were, as I was telling you, covered with the armored vehicles. And you could see people in the gas masks, in the facial protections, in the special uniforms. And it was confusing because you saw, like, military actions, but there was no war. You could not see the enemy. And this was really confusing, that you see, like, everything is going on like there's a war, but there's, like, no obvious war. So he said that that was one of the most scary things.